Yo, why do you do this to me every week? Come on, you gotta cue me up. I said, yeah, and I had to do my stretch, and now you got me live.
Let me stretch with you then, Doc.
This is like a little desk.
Yeah.
Stretching at our desk.
Yeah. All right, y'all. That's what we do to get started.
Up. Hey, y'all. I'm Dr. Kristen Motley. Welcome to another episode of Keeping It 100, where obviously you can see we keep it all the way a buck. But we are here just to make sure you have the health information you need to make good health decisions. So I know it's Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
What is happening?
Okay.
We're going to play the intro and bring this in right. Goodness gracious.
Right. I thought the intro played. Okay.
I did too.
Yo, you tapped in, no filter, no fluff, real rap every time. Yeah, we talking about health, from the boardroom moves to the barbershop facts. We keep it 100, never turning our backs. Mine sharp like a suit with the fade on point. Every convo cut deep, this ain't just for the joint. It's the culture, the hustle, the game and the grind. You looking for truth, then you came to the right line. Keeping it 100, facts versus feelings. Keeping it 100, truth with no ceilings. Keeping it 100, no cap, just vision. We speak it, we live it, your health is our mission. Keeping it 100, facts versus feelings. Keeping it 100, truth with no ceilings. Keeping it 100, no cap, just vision. We speak it, we live it. Your health is our mission.
Welcome back to Keeping It 100, where we make sure you have the health information you need to make good health decisions for yourself and your family. Mm-hmm. I am Dr. Kristen Motley. I am joined by the wonderful, incomparable George Mink Jr., the street practitioner.
In the building.
Y'all called it stretching. How was that stretch?
It felt good. It felt good, Doc, because I don't stretch enough.
I don't either.
And it actually, I think it's going to prompted something. I think it's going to, set me off to start stretching. So we might just make that a ritual.
I was actually thinking about starting this stretching thing, like a morning thing in the stretch. I mean, like a morning stretch thing.
Right.
And we get up, people that get up early naturally get up and just do a 10-minute stretch. And we all just get on and do it together. We'll have like a facilitator and just get the day going.
Yeah. Actually, it's a good idea. It's a great idea.
Would you do it?
I would definitely do it.
How much would you pay to do it?
I don't know, Doc.
How much would you pay?
Pay?
You want a free stretch? We don't got no free stretches.
Okay.
How much would you pay? How much would you donate to Health Educated for a stretch?
I don't know, because my pay, we got to talk about the
pay.
pay.
I can't even get a donation for a stretch.
$100, Doc.
No.
Okay. We'll go with the theme.
Never
Keeping it 100. I'll go with
it 100. You're going to drop 100 on a stretch. All right, I got you.
Right.
No, but I was really thinking about a stretching session in the morning. But I got to pay somebody to facilitate the stretching. So I'm going to need some donations to come in.
Right.
I don't know. We could think about it.
I like that, though.
I think we can do a little
idea.
stretch movement, get people to come in, start the day off with a little prayer, a little stretch, something.
Right.
And,
right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
We'll see.
That's healthy.
We'll see.
That's healthy.
I think so. So it is Thanksgiving Eve, and everybody is cooking, and we sitting here podcasting.
Right.
What you doing tomorrow?
I'm already hungry. I'm hungry for tomorrow. Nah, just doing a basic little turkey and some family. And
you cooking? Or you going somewhere?
I'm going to participate.
What does that mean?
That means I'm going to help. So
you going to help prep?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm a cook anyway, so I'm going to cook.
What you cooking?
Doc, I cook everything.
What you cook?
I've always been a cook.
What you cook?
Turkey. And I think it stops there. I'm not big on the soul food stuff. I'll leave that to the people that actually really do it.
Okay.
So the bird.
We could take
and
birds.
And probably I'll put the rolls in the oven.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. I'm just making sides. you know, I don't really eat meat, so I'm not cooking no meat.
Oh, right,
so
right,
I'm just gonna make a bunch of sides, and I think I'm gonna stop at my parents just to go for a little visit.
Okay, shout out to mom
and
dad.
then go to my friend's house with my sides.
Okay.
And then go to my sister-in-law house with a dessert or something.
Nice. Okay.
I don't know. We'll see how it all turns
Full
out.
day. Right.
So, you know, it gets busy, but, you know, I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so I plan on doing nothing.
Nice. Please, Doc. Please stay to that plan.
I'm going to do nothing.
Right. I really need you to stay to that plan.
That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Anybody giving out free meals tomorrow? I know somebody that was looking for dinner, and y'all had this nice, beautiful, huge van last year. Y'all was giving out food all over the city, and I'm like, come on.
We went live.
GNCs, run that back so I can get this lady a meal. What y'all doing this year?
Actually, it didn't come through. They was trying to charge us this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Yeah. So it got political.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't find that out till the last minute. So unfortunately, we weren't really able to partake into any of that. I was disappointed because I was looking forward to it.
I'm sure that was amazing.
Yeah, and then I wanted to at least serve 200 hot meals this year.
That's what y'all did last year.
Yeah.
Y'all had all that food. Y'all was riding around Sun Village.
Yep.
That was
but
amazing.
this year, this was capitalizing off of some of the actual turkey drives and just sponsoring certain families behind the scenes.
All right, that's good. I'm still looking for a hot meal for one person that lives in Sun Village. So if anybody has anything, please send it my way. Unless she's gonna have to eat my dinner.
Right.
I'm trying to get her, you know, like a wholesome meal. My meal is a lot of carb heavy.
Right.
But you know, she'll be grateful for whatever she can get. So.
Okay.
You did a Black Men Do brunch.
Oh man. Oh yeah, Black Men Do brunch.
Shout out Malcolm Yates.
Yeah. It was nice. It was very nice. It was very, very nice. Like I went last year and it was okay. But this year I really got something out. There was some quality brothers there. Actually a brother that I know for years. He's like a real estate broker now. It's just good, but like the discussion was based on bringing men with us. Like we already in this room. So I'm kind of already affiliated with brothers like that outside of that. So it was very powerful. We had some good testimony in there. And the food wasn't that healthy. So we were talking about men and health, and I kind of brung that up.
All right, good.
And I'm like, we're going to need some healthier food choices next year.
Come on, G.
Yeah.
People don't realize it until you say something. It's like, oh, you know what? We could do something a little different.
Right.
So we need people like you to speak up. And
Yeah, even though I enjoyed the chicken.
It's okay.
The
We
chicken was
definitely
good.
gonna partake.
Right. But, I mean, you know, if we're going to talk about men's health and men's wealth and all these things, we got to start eating better. So if we hosting these events, we got to have a healthy choice.
Yes.
So that's all I'm saying. You don't have to shy away from these things because you can just eat it in moderation. But we still also need a healthy choice. You know?
Absolutely. I think that's a good move, and I would love to see the movement move toward that direction. As, you know, as it grows.
Right.
Including some.
They want me to speak next year too.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you done made the speaker panel.
Yeah.
Let's go. You should, as you should. You have a lot of lessons and a lot of knowledge to share, and so I think that's a good decision by the board.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Good job. Last week we talked about vaccines and vaccine rates being low and why it's important for people to get vaccinated. And I talked about me not having my COVID or flu shot yet, or no one in my family. And I am proud to say that my kids have been vaccinated.
Oh,
I still gotta go. I'm gonna try to go Friday. Bilal and I will go Friday. That's the plan. But the kids got their COVID and flu shots today, actually.
Nice.
This morning, I took them to their doctors to get their vaccines. Got a picture of Bria. Noah took 10 people to hold him down, I couldn't even think about taking a picture because that was a whole entire.
I could imagine.
He was devastated. He got 2. He was mad at everybody. It was too much.
He probably still mad.
I picked him up. He was like, my arm still hurt. I was like, hi, Noah. How was your day? So he ain't forget.
Right.
I took him at 8:00 this morning. I picked him up at 5, and the first thing he said, my arm still hurts.
Yo, I believe it though.
If you don't leave me alone, little boy.
Yo.
So, but they are building antibodies so that they can be protected if they come against flu, COVID. So I feel good about that. And so we'll go get ours next week. No, on Friday.
Okay,
That's the
cool.
plan. So hopefully when I get back here next week, I too can be vaccinated too. So just got to make sure we're staying up to date because these diseases ain't going nowhere.
Right.
And we can protect ourselves or not, but I don't want them to win. I want to win.
Right. And we want to be ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
We don't want to wait till after you're already
And it's too late.
diagnosed or it's like we could have did something to prevent it. So
yeah, a lot of people who didn't want COVID when they got in the hospital with COVID would ask for the COVID vaccine. It's too late. You can't get it now.
It's already in your system. It's attacking you.
Can't give it to you now. And I think that kind of takes us into our first news story of the day. Looking at measles, there was an outbreak in Arizona and in Utah, and the healthcare providers there are really concerned about increased transmission around the holidays. People are going to be indoors and close confines around each other, and people that are not protected are at risk. We know that measles rates have trickled up over the years. We've had, if we have sustained measles transmission through January 20th of 2026, then we won't be able to say that it's been eradicated. It had been eradicated for years.
Right.
And then it crept back in, and then as more people are not getting vaccinated, then the rates just go up, and that's just what happens. And so we have to do what we have to do to protect our children. The measles vaccine comes with, it's a three vaccines in one shot. So it's measles, mumps, and rubella. The first dose is given after the child is 1, and the second dose is given, I can't remember. Dr. Orozco was on the line at 3. No, it's not 3 years old. It's older than 3. It's like 4, 5, 6. Is Dr. Orozco on the line? Dr. Orozco.
Hey, Dr. Motley, I'm on the line. What was your question? I can look into it.
When is the second dose of the MMR vaccine? The first dose is after 1 year old, and then the second one, I think it's like closer to school age, but I can't remember the age.
Yep. So the first dose will be between 12 to 15 months, according to the CDC, and then the second one will be between 4 to 6 years old.
4 to 6. Thank you. See, I gotta have backup. I can't be remembering all this stuff. It's a lot. Thanks, Dr. Orozco. But
of course,
vaccine rates for measles has been low recently. So, and it is a disease that causes high fevers. It causes white spots and sores in your mouth. And it can also lead to brain swelling and pneumonia. And that's what kills children if they have measles. So we want to make sure our kids are staying up to date on their vaccines, because there's no reason for a child to die from a disease that can be prevented from a vaccine.
But it's mandatory, right, Doc? It's a mandatory shot.
It is, but some people will get a medical exemption or a religious exemption, so they can get paperwork from people that's willing to write it that'll say they are exempt. And there are some people that have a true reason to be exempt. But if you're exempt, then you're at risk. So you just gotta be precautious. You just have to be precautious. And in small children, there's really nothing you can do because it's respiratory spread. And if a person has it, they're coughing, they're sneezing, it can linger in the air for 2 hours. So it's like out there and it's hanging around. It ain't. So we just got to be careful, and we just got to be careful. It really hurts to hear cases of children dying or suffering from diseases that we have vaccines for.
Right. And why would you not get a measles shot?
I mean, people are misinformed. A lot of people are misinformed.
Right.
And until we address their concerns, until they are no longer misinformed, they have a different perspective, they won't get their children vaccinated. I mean, that's just what it is. There's so much bad information out there. I don't even know what to tell people to do anymore. I mean, we talked about it last week. call a trusted healthcare provider, talk to a local pharmacist, call your own doctor. You know, you got to figure out how to find trusted information because what is on the internet is not always real.
Right.
And that's scary, but that's what's informing a lot of people. And then today I talked to someone who said that her child started working. He's a teenager, and the place where he work is requiring him to get a flu vaccine. But when he got a flu vaccine when he was 8, it got him sick. So she don't want him to get a flu vaccine. And plus, it's against his religious beliefs, and so you know it's complicated for a lot of people.
But you got to think about protecting others as well.
You do.
So I mean, that's my take on it. Like, and I also feel like that might be something we could partner with the schools and the nurses to at least get the literature out.
Yeah.
You know, because like you don't really hear about measles anymore.
No.
And it's the fact that the numbers are ridiculously high. It's like,
yeah, we are now. So I do like that idea. Getting the information out to the parents through the schools is important because we got to get our vaccination rates up. Another thing that came up this week was that 2 black women, one in Indiana, one in Texas, were in labor, went to the hospital, and was treated grossly unfairly.
right.
One of them was sent home, and before her and her husband even got home, the baby was delivered in the truck, which I don't even understand. She was having contractions that were like 10 minutes apart. And they sent her home.
So they basically were denied care.
They were denied. Well, the other person was admitted eventually after a few hours of having to fill out paperwork and answer questions like what's your address and what kind of insurance you have and all this. So I am just really disgusted at the medical community who are still treating black women like they're not human. I just can't believe we are still having these stories.
Right.
Especially with all the awareness around maternal mortality, especially for black women. The stats have been out. We've been talking about it. We are 3 times as likely to die around childbirth than white people. And so, like, we know this. We've been talking about this. So in my mind, when a black woman shows up and complains about anything related to her pregnancy or throughout her pregnancy, we should be listening even more intently than ever,
right?
Because these statistics are out and we're talking about it. You still treating us like we not human. Right. I'm confused.
Like, let us sit over there and have that baby or outside.
It just blows my mind. But one of the hospitals did take action. They let go the nurse and the doctor that sent her home. But I just can't believe we're still at a time where we see these things happening and we know the risks for black women and pregnancy. So I just want to give a shout out to the Foundation for Delaware County for all that they do to protect pregnant people, especially black pregnant people, but the doula program that they started, that they're growing. And so if anybody knows anybody who is pregnant in Delaware County, please have them call the Foundation for Delaware County because they are doing amazing things to support people during their pregnancy and after their pregnancy, including partnering them with a nurse who will go to their home, providing them with doulas at no charge. It's all free. Dr. Orozco, could you look it up? And I didn't do this ahead of time, but could you look up the number for the Foundation for Delaware County so that people can call? You can put that in the chat. If they know someone who is pregnant or if they know someone who just had a baby, I think they support people with children up to the age of 3 years old through their program. So we definitely want to get them connected. Whenever I hear somebody pregnant, I'm like, I instantly submit a referral because they have to get connected. We need all the support we can get because these people don't care.
No, they don't.
They don't care.
And they could have died. They could have sent them home. Those women could have went into some type of,
She had to deliver her baby in her husband's truck.
Wow.
You know how traumatizing that is?
It's sad.
For him, for her, it's just unbelievable. It's 2025.
Yep, and I just put the number in the chat, but I will say it here as well. It's 610-744-1010.
Thank you very kindly. Mr. Pierre, what were you going to say?
Can't they test to see? Like they didn't even let her in the back to see how dilated she was.
I don't know what they did. I just know that her contractions were 10 minutes apart. I don't know what they did. I don't know. But what you think they would do for somebody else, but they don't do it for black people.
They didn't do it in that time. At that time, particular time, with those type of people, no.
It's a shame. It's a disgrace. It's disgusting.
Wow.
And it's embarrassing.
Actually, it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Right.
Like, come on. Wow. Anywho, next, well, along the same lines, we did see some reports of baby formula being contaminated. There were some botulism spores found in By Heart baby formula. So if anyone is currently giving their child this By Heart baby formula, make sure you stop giving it to the child. Call the pediatrician and ask what to replace it, because there is a recall on it. We want to make sure that we are not exposing our children to this dangerous bacteria, which is toxic to the nerves. It causes muscle weakness, difficulty breathing, and again, it can be fatal. In this case, there have not been any fatalities, thank God. The children have just been getting sick and been hospitalized, but there have been no deaths recorded as of yet. So this is another reason why I am a big, huge advocate for breastfeeding. Breast is best. It has always been. It will always be. George tapped the table. Let me get it closer to you.
Yeah, let me get a little closer.
Because this is an industry that is designed to do what industries are designed to do. They're designed to make money. And so the more we feed our baby formula, the more money they're going to make. Now, there are some instances where breastfeeding is not possible. There could be complications or whatever the reason. So there's a place for formula, but we should not be relying on it. I personally feel like we should at least try breastfeeding, do it as long as we can, and use formula only if you absolutely have to. But God made our bodies with just what we need to feed our babies.
Right.
There is a stigma against breastfeeding that comes back from slavery, because it was our breasts that were feeding the slave master's children, and so that is where a lot of the stigma started. Yeah. So that we're still carrying that. Mm-hmm. So we have to work through it. Have these conversations, talk to people that we know and trust, and this is challenging because we don't always see people around us who breastfeed. Right. I didn't see any breastfeeding around me growing up. I didn't see any when I was of childbearing age. And really, the reason why I breastfed Bria is because one of my colleagues, who was a white woman, just talked about how she always breastfed her children. And so she was just talking to me. I wasn't even pregnant at the time. And she said that she breastfed them for like 1 or 2 years, and I was like, that's weird. So I started looking into it, and I was like, oh snap, I should be breastfeeding my kids. I didn't know that. So when I got pregnant, I was like, oh, I'm breastfeeding my child. And that's what I did. And I was able to breastfeed Bria for a little over a year. No, it went longer because it was COVID and we wasn't going nowhere. So he went for like 2 years or something. He was big, but we bonded.
Right.
But there's a lot of benefits to breastfeeding, including you pass off any disease immunity that you have. You pass it off to your child. For me, which I was really excited about, is you lose weight quicker because you're burning calories. To produce milk takes a lot of energy. And so that means you are burning calories. And so you lose weight quicker. You also decrease the child's risk of having asthma. You also decrease your risk of having breast cancer and ovarian cancer. And if you're from around here, you need to do everything you can do to decrease your risk of these cancers, because the cancers are cancering.
Right.
So there's a lot of benefits to breastfeeding, and every time I see for recall for like a formula. I am just like, that's why we don't need to be buying this formula.
Right. Because it's still chemicals.
It's processed.
Still chemicals.
It's chemicals, and we have exactly what we need all up in here to feed our baby. So let's do that, y'all. Let's do that more. There are lactation consultants. You can get a breast pump if you don't want to put your baby right at your breast. Through your insurance company, you can get a pump for free. So there's lots of resources. And I'm telling you, if you connect with the Foundation for Delaware County, they will make sure you are hooked up with everything you deserve and everything you need. You're going to get hooked up. So yeah, that's our news updates. So I think it's time to bring in our special guest for the day. Our topic is, why are the holidays so hard? Why is it so hard? So we have Dr. Kathleen Walsh joining us.
Hey.
Dr. Walsh is the founder and owner of Greatest Counseling and Consulting in Philadelphia. She's a clinician, a leadership coach, educator, facilitator, keynote speaker, author, all the things. She's the president of the registered nonprofit Sisters for Harmony, which focuses on unity, education, mentoring, and empowering women to live their life on and with purpose. She enjoys traveling globally, international diva, and incorporating holistic perspectives in the development of individuals and helping people learn how to live their greatest life. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Walsh.
Hey, Doc.
Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Hey, how are y'all?
How you doing?
We good. How you
Good.
doing?
I am well, thank you. I'm good.
All right. So I have the hardest question for you. Why are the holidays so hard? Why? Like all week, I have been dreading getting to Thursday. I've just been tired. I've just been drained. I was going to cancel all the side dishes I'm going to cook tomorrow. Yesterday, I'm like, you know what? I ain't cooking nothing. I'm just done. I don't feel like it. And then, God renews our energy every day. And this morning I woke up and I felt better and I said, all right, I'm going to cook these sides. But why? Why we got to go through so much during the holidays?
Well, because you're experiencing internal and external pressure at the same time. So you want to show up for people. You want to provide for, in your case, you're talking about these side dishes. Then there's also the expectation from people that you're supposed to show up, that you ought to be there, that you need to do these different things. And those are all pressure words. Those are all weighted words. And so it creates a possible guilt and shame cycle if you don't show up. Like if you say, you know what, I really don't want to show up and I don't want to do this. Now there's the question, am I a bad daughter, relative, mother, X, Y, and Z? So we get caught in a lot of pressure.
That's true. I think a part of it for me too is I remember growing up and being around like my whole family on Thanksgiving. It was a big thing. And although that has changed a lot, I still want my kids to have the experience of like, this is what we do on Thanksgiving. There are a lot of people around. Right. And although I was feeling exhausted, I'm like, I don't feel like going anywhere. I got to let these kids know when they have, on Thanksgiving Day, we need to be around a lot of people and eating and having fun because that's what Thanksgiving is about. So I felt like that pressure was on me too.
Plus, it could be something like you have a strenuous job. So, Dr. Walsh, what about burnout? Okay. Could that be a thing here?
Could it be? It definitely is.
Okay.
It ain't even a could. It is. I mean, the reality of society, the amount of work that each person is doing, and then put on top of that, adding some cooking, and then, like I said, adding the additional pressures, and if there's any family obligations. Like I was talking with some families this week and children who are in different sports tournaments. So they get a chance to have maybe a family snack before they got to get on the road and drive to another state for a tournament the next day. Like there's all of these additional realities in addition to the regular weekly job and responsibilities. So burnout is a real thing. And preparing for something specifically like Thanksgiving, which often has items that take longer to cook, then on top of that, you often have a lot of people who are coming around who bring their different energies. So you're managing personalities, you're managing ages, you're managing dietary needs. There's a lot that goes into these holidays, just even mentally preparing for them, which becomes exhausting on top of everything else that you already have. So burnout is not just a possibility, but most likely a likelihood.
That's good.
Okay. I had to get that in there.
That was definitely a bell. That was a dinger
Okay.
right there.
Okay.
So what advice do you give to people as they're trying to balance the burdens that they may be putting on themselves and then the expectation of their family members? How do they navigate that, or how can they navigate it?
Yeah, so some of the things are, one, obviously talking to somebody would be helpful. Somebody to bounce ideas off of. I'm a big writer and making charts. So my thing is write down what you feel as though you're responsible for. So for instance, if you're responsible for the macaroni and cheese, then what are your requirements? Well, you got to go to the store. You have to get this, but start planning that stuff ahead of time. So the sooner you can acquire what it is that you need and plan, make the best plan possible, that helps to ease some of the anxiousness. The last minute things become very important, because when you wait till the last minute to do certain things, that's also an energy eater.
Mm-hmm. That's
and so you start to feel very drained.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I think a part of what helped me was last night late, I went to the market and did my shopping. So today I knew that was, I think I didn't have to worry about. Now, I mean, I was late doing it because I just did it last night, but still it was off my plate today to do. And if I had to run around and find time to do that today, that would have just probably took me over the edge.
Right.
I would have canceled all my sides for sure. So
yeah, and you start to feel irritated and annoyed and potentially angry and bitter and resentful and frustrated. And that's all taking away from the energy that you actually want to be experiencing, like joy and happiness and peace and calm and excitement about spending time with loved ones.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Thank you. So plan in advance.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, definitely plan in advance. We know when it's coming.
I know, but why can't we make it a priority? Like, why is that such a hard thing to do? Is to prioritize so it's done well in advance.
Exactly.
I mean, it could be hard for me. I don't know if I'm the only one that just wait to the last minute for everything. But why can't I do it earlier, like last week?
Well, I think it's a couple of those things is that, number one, we start to work with our calendar. And this is a mindset shift to say that time is on our side. Instead of constantly saying time is against us, time is not my friend, and things like that. If we say that time is on my side, and now we look at the calendar proactively, and we say, when can we buy these items? You know, what's the closest / latest time that still makes me feel comfortable? So, like, we went shopping on Monday night. So, therefore, most things are fresh up until Thursday, but we're not waiting to get caught in rush hour traffic. We're not waiting to get caught in last minute shopping. And it was so nice, calm, and peaceful. We were in and out with no problem. So we have to learn how to utilize the calendar, which is actually our friend. Like I said, Thanksgiving, we know it's coming.
Right. We knew since last year.
So we can plan accordingly.
Right. It comes every year.
Every single year until further notice.
That's a good point. Good point. Now, another thing that the holidays can do is it can trigger our not so great behavior sometimes. We know that it's a time for, it's a time that can be stressful. And for some people, dealing with stress is dealt by drinking alcohol or using drugs. And we know that around the holidays, the use goes up. So I'm wondering what, advice can we share for people who want to use other coping mechanisms to deal with the stress and avoid drinking and alcohol, drug use?
Yeah, so it's, one of the things about the holidays is, especially Thanksgiving, we know that's the beginning of holiday music and so forth. So we can really start to utilize music as one of our coping skills. We often enjoy dancing, we enjoy singing, so we can create activities like a karaoke, which then causes many of us to start to laugh. Laughing is also a coping skill. We can make sure that at family time we're watching movies that are lighter in heart instead of so intense, that make people laugh. We can make sure that we're creating opportunities to share fun family memories. We can share pictures that are nostalgic and make people feel good. Now, I know sometimes it's hard with pictures and or movies because that can also trigger sadness for people who are no longer physically with us. So we have to monitor those pieces. As far as alcohol and things like that, maybe you end up having a dry holiday. And so you're having the ciders instead of actually champagne and wine and so forth. You're having the juice. You have an opportunity to create a new mocktail or a themed mocktail. So there's ways that you can incorporate the beverages without them being alcoholic beverages. So-and-so is showing up and they have a tendency to be heavy-handed on the liquor. So you make sure that it's not available for them. So those are ways that you can do it. As far as smoking and different things like that is concerned, you can set a standard where people are maybe not allowed to smoke in the house, around the house, near the house, can't come in the house smelling like smoke. So you have to create the boundaries that you want, and then hopefully people will choose to abide by them.
Nice. What about Hallmark movies? What you think?
Okay, what about them?
No, I just know a lot of people,
Let me find out she's a regular subscriber to the Hallmark channel.
No. I'm just asking because people do it. Like they even do like a Christmas countdown.
And you do watch Hallmark. He already know the slogans and everything.
He already know.
I like Lifetime. I'm a Lifetime guy. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm just saying people use Hallmark like as a way to be happy.
They
Yep.
I agree.
And it's just like I'm surrounded by it, so it's just a thing. So I'm just like, people use it. So does it work?
They are
Definitely.
magical.
Yeah, I do. One of the things that I personally like about Hallmark, and I will say my husband and I actually like about Hallmark movies or Hallmark type movies, is that there's a level of predictability there. There's not a heavy weight on your nervous system, so there's not a whole lot of suspense.
Oh, right.
There's not a triggering of anger or sadness or, that lasts a long time. And so it's good for our nervous system to rest. Unfortunately, we're so used to our nervous system being put into fight or flight that we generally don't even know how to have a calm system.
Right.
And so that actually goes back to an earlier question that was asked about why don't we do things like, why don't we pre-plan? Because we're used to being in that go, 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 fight, flight mode, and it actually permeates into all parts of our life. So if we choose to move in a healthy fashion and we choose to calm our system down, then we start to adopt behaviors that help us maintain peace and calm instead of constantly being into fight or flight.
All right. Okay.
That was a bell.
Oh,
And I want to let you know you're getting a whole bunch of hearts in the chat, Dr. Wall. So people are connecting with your advice.
Right.
You're doing a good
job.
job.
Shout out to Jay.
Thank you.
Good job.
Hey, everybody.
We also know, just like you mentioned, that the holidays can trigger emotions related to grief. I know specifically in the city of Chester, we had a tragic fire last week, and a 3-year-old unfortunately lost his life, and the mom is still in the hospital, and so that particular family is really suffering right now, and our hearts, our thoughts, our prayers have been with them. They have been with them, and a lot of people around the holidays, whether they lost a person recently or years ago, it triggers that grief. And so I'm just wondering, what do you advise to help people cope?
Yeah. So there's a couple things that obviously can be done. First and foremost, it is having those pleasant memories and being able to talk about those good stories so that we're eliciting that feeling state within our being. We can also identify, like, what do we miss? If that person were here, what would they be doing right now? Which often creates memories of laughter. Uncle so-and-so would be doing this right now, right? And next thing you know, you're laughing and you're thinking about the good times, because it is okay to remember the people and have those pleasant memory conversations. So that's one. Two, obviously, if you also need some additional support, such as therapy, counseling, even if it's short term, sometimes you just need it to help you through the holiday season. Like, a therapist to me is really external support, external courage. Sometimes people feel as though they can do it themselves, but if you need that extra assistance, that's fine too. And there's different ways that people can find that therapist. I know right now we've been dealing with the mental health crisis, and the wait lists for a lot of services tend to be long, but you can always check with your primary care provider if they have recommendations. Also, insurance providers, often there's a number of recommendations there. Obviously, you can also check with your community counseling agencies, so there's opportunities there. College campuses often have community counselors, and many times people don't think about that. They just think of it being for the students, but many times they have centers that are for community members, and sometimes even at a discounted rate, because the students and the interns are the ones providing the services. So there are a lot of different ways in which services can be provided. And then, there's a lot of online resources now, like Headway, Talkspace, and it's just a matter of just searching for different counseling options. There's a lot of telehealth. So many people are virtual now, so there's no excuse that you can't find someone. There's counselors, there's psychologists, there's social workers, licensed clinical social workers, marriage and family therapists. So there's a variety of people with different degrees that are available to help during this time.
Thank you. And I want to add another one. So through our Together for Chester initiative, where we're connecting people to new healthcare providers, you can also contact us to get connected to a therapist, and the number is 610-479-0463. Again, 610-479-0463. You can call or text that number, and we will make sure that you get connected to a counselor, or if you need a new doctor or whatever your healthcare needs are, we will make sure you get connected. Jess, could you put that in the chat, please, if you haven't already? Dr. Orozco, please. And also,
the other thing is, too, sometimes with EAPs, sometimes they may extend benefits to family members. So it's just a matter of the person who's working at the place to find out about the EAP and see if family members also have access, even if it's for like maybe 3, 4, 5 sessions.
Mm-hmm. So if anyone doesn't know, what EAP is, an employee assistance plan, and those are offered through your benefits. If you work at if you have a job and you have benefits, they usually have an EAP that will connect you to all types of resources, including free therapy sessions. So check that out through your employer. And I also wanted to mention that I'm glad that you mentioned college campuses that offer services, because I know that Widener University, they offer counseling for free at their community clinic on Melrose.
Oh, wow.
So you can also contact Widener for free counseling and therapy too.
Wow.
And if you're in
Now,
Chester,
there's also supposed to be a 211 that you can call. Well, that's supposed to also provide local mental health and social services. I've never used 211, but that's also supposed to be a thing.
Also, 988 is a mental health helpline too.
Mm-hmm.
So you can also call 988, and that's 24 hours a day. So it's a lot of resources. We want to make sure we are exhausting all of them, especially when they don't cost us anything, especially when they're available 24 hours. There's a maternal health helpline as well. Jess, could you look up the maternal health helpline link? I'm gonna try to find it in my phone, but there is a maternal health. It's a national hotline, and one of my friends is a part of the call center that answers the calls, which is the only reason why I know about it. But they're 24 hours as well. So if you are pregnant, had a child recently, are dealing with stress, overwhelm, anxiety, confusion, whatever it is, you can call this maternal health helpline as well. If you can't find it, Dr. Orozco, let me know so I can keep looking. But I'm gonna let you.
Yep, I think I found it. It should be 1833 TLC Mama is the number.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. G, I was going to ask you. So I know that a few years ago, mental health was a thing for men, especially black men. I'm just wondering how y'all feeling about it. I mean, not that you speak for all black men, but just in general, what the guys saying these days?
It's actually it's more relevant. It's actually in our conversations now. So we all realize that it's a thing. And we realized that therapy and, certain community behaviors that we were passed down, we kind of know how that contributed to how we feel and the type of men we became or the type of men we were set up to be. So we are all it's being recognized. I can honestly say that. It's being recognized. Now, how you go about it, it's a certain way. I mean, because you have to take yourself out of certain scenarios, situations, circles. It could be family. I mean, there's so many things tied into our mental health. That's the problem we actually have and we're experiencing. So once we identifying it, like the brothers that I've been around, we identifying it. But we still in the same circles and the same. You can't change your family. You can't, certain things you can't do. You can't change your whole community dynamic, but we can start with each other. So at least we learned that. So we starting with each other, we talking to each other, we talking to our kids, so it doesn't keep getting spreaded. So that's kind of where we at.
I'm glad y'all still down with therapy. Y'all a little fad or y'all gonna keep
I mean,
going?
my brother's in the room over there, we team therapy. So
it's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Excellent.
As we wrap up, Dr. Walls, you have any parting advice for our listeners dealing with stress around the holidays and families and drama and all the things?
Oh, yeah. I am notorious for telling people that if you know where you're going is going to stress you out, don't go. So you have permission to say no.
And say like I'm sick, or
no.
they just say I don't want to be around you. Like, how do you not go? Like, how do you just not go?
You can say, look, I'm choosing to spend some time alone. I need to regroup. I need to rest. Like, those are the truths. I need to honor myself. I need to take this time and reflect. And I have to, I love y'all. If that's the truth, I love you, and I'll check y'all another day. But I'm choosing me today. I'm choosing me this holiday, and I'm choosing to chill out. You can also say, I'm gonna come through, and I set your clock for an hour or 30 minutes or whatever it is. And once you get there, if you're in the space and you decide that you want to stay a little bit longer, then you just reset it for another 30 minutes. If you decide that you get there and you want to leave earlier, you run around, give whoever you want to give a hug and a kiss to and roll out, so that therefore you're honoring yourself. So I often tell people, have mirror talks. Look in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, ask yourself, do you want to go? And pay attention to your body, how it feels. If you start to feel nauseous, if you start to feel tense, if you start to feel drained, or if you start to feel excited, you notice that you smile, right? Your body is letting you know what it wants to do. And then you're also asking yourself, how long do you want to stay? You want to stay for 2 hours? You want to stay for 45 minutes? Like, honor yourself during this holiday season as well. And if you're the person hosting, then you also create deadlines. What time do you want people to show up and what time do you want them to leave? I was always the family member that would go over, and I could tell when the host was getting tired. And I said, you want people to get out? And they'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, all right, y'all, it's time for everybody to go. They tired.
Yeah. It's good to have a bodyguard on deck.
Yes.
Crowd control.
Because you have to restore yourself. Like, this is also, many people are off from work during this time. So this is an opportunity to restore yourself. So you don't want to need the vacation after the vacation, right? Mm-hmm. You want to make sure you're capitalizing on it also. And then the other thing is, too, I know there's a lot of boycotts going on regarding shopping and so forth. Give yourself a budget.
Everybody boycotted. I had my black.
If you choose to buy black, right? Right. If you're choosing to buy black, you can buy my books. I'm happy with that. But you want to make sure that you're honoring your budget, because you also don't want that to be a stressor as well. So I'm really saying, pay attention to yourself, love up on yourself, and honor yourself. The goal is for you to be happy and to be healthy.
Amen. Well, y'all heard it from the doc.
Sure did.
Y'all thought I was a doc. Nah, this is the doc right here. This is the doc. Thank you so much, Dr. Walls. I know you got some cooking to do. Thanks for giving us some time.
I don't do that. I don't do no cooking. Girl, please.
Oh, I know that. Oh, so Mr. Edmund is cooking then.
Look, we ordered.
Cuisine.
That's what we did. Look, we shut all of that down. Ain't nobody getting stressed out over here. We ordered our stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Well, that's why you hop on tonight. Good to know.
Yes.
Good to know. Yes. Well done. Well played.
All right. Well, happy holidays to you and everyone out there, and continue to be healthy. And as I said, continue to love on yourself, right?
Thank you, Dr. Walls. You too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Oh, that was good. Really good advice. A lot of good advice. I got to have some mirror talk.
She's our favorite.
I know. That's a girl. I got to have some mirror talk. Like, look at myself in the mirror and talk to myself. And how do I feel?
Right.
How am I feeling? Is it making me stressed? Am I feeling relaxed?
Mm-hmm.
And then move kind of based on that.
Yeah, that's great advice.
I like that.
Like mirror talks. I like that.
All right, so tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so we're not doing anything Thanksgiving, but we do have something coming up December 12th. We're going to be working with Making a Change group. I'll be out there doing some lead education with their parent, Connect Your Families group, so that's going to be good.
Shout out to the MAC.
Yes, Corey, Ronette, and Tiffany and the whole team. And I just want to remind everybody that open enrollment is happening right now, so if you do not have an insurance plan, this is your time to hop on the marketplace, get some Obamacare, check the rates, to make sure that you have the coverage you need to be protected. You can go to pennie.com, pennie.com if you are in Pennsylvania, or you can call 1-844-844-4440. 1-844-844-4440. If you sign up by December 15th, you'll have coverage starting January 1st. And if you sign up by January 15th, you'll have coverage starting February 1st. And if you miss that deadline, then you got to wait the whole year. So if you need insurance, please get signed up. Make sure you are keeping you and your kids up to date on vaccines. I was going to give a little lead tip. What can I say?
Right.
So if you're in Chester, lead is all over the place. And one place that we don't realize it is a lot of times is in the soil. We're tracking it in our homes from our feet as we're walking around outside, and we go in the house, don't take off our shoes. We're tracking it on the floor. So if you live in a place with a small child that's around crawling on the floor, putting stuff in their mouth on the floor, you could be causing them to ingest lead, which is dangerous, extremely dangerous for them. So we're encouraging people to take your shoes off at the door, especially if you have small children, so that you're not tracking the lead around the house. So that's my little environmental lead tip
the
today.
Doc says.
Y'all heard it. So next week we'll be talking with Rachel Hannibal on spending, budgeting around the holidays. Nice. People like to go broke for some Christmas gifts, and we're not doing that.
No.
We're not doing that. So Rachel will be here.
Nice. That's sister. Yeah.
Yep. So thank you all for checking in to Keeping It 100 on this Thanksgiving Eve. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy the holiday and time with your family and loved ones. Peace.
Thank you.